new findings that Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo was caused in part by an Indonesian volcanic eruption. This is by Carolyn Broken of Imperial College London. Electrically charged volcanic ash short-circuited Earth's atmosphere in 1815, causing global poor weather and Napoleon's defeat. This is what a new research has found. Historians know that rainy and muddy conditions helped the Allied army defeat the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte at the Battle of Waterloo. The June 1815 event changed the course of European history. 2 months prior, a volcano named Mount Tambora erupted on the Indonesian island of Sumbawa, killing 100,000 people and plunging the earth into a, quote, year without a summer, end quote, in 1816. Now Dr. Matthew Geng from Imperial College London has discovered that electrified volcanic ash from eruptions can short-circuit the electrical current of the ionosphere, the upper level of the atmosphere that's responsible for cloud formation. The findings published today in Geology could confirm the suggested link between the eruption and Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo. Dr. Geng from Imperial's Department of Earth Science and Engineering suggests that the Tambora eruptions short-circuited the ionosphere, ultimately leading to a pulse of cloud formation. This brought heavy rain across Europe that contributed to Napoleon Bonaparte's defeat. The paper shows that eruptions can hurl ash much higher than previously thought into the atmosphere, up to 100 kilometers above the ground. Dr. Genge said, quote, previously, geologists thought that volcanic ash gets trapped in the lower atmosphere because volcanic plumes rise buoyantly. My research shows, however, that ash can be shot into the upper atmosphere by electronic forces, end quote. Levitating volcanic ash? Levitating ash. A series of experiments show that electrostatic forces could lift ash far higher than by buoyancy alone. Dr. Genge created a model to calculate how far charged volcanic ash could levitate, and he found that particles smaller than 0.2 millionths of a meter in diameter could reach the ionosphere during late eruptions. He said, quote, volcanic plumes and ash both can have negative electrical charges, and thus the plume repels the ash, propelling it high in the atmosphere. The effect works very much like the way two magnets are pushed away from each other if their poles match, end quote. The experimental results are consistent with historical records from other eruptions. Weather records are sparse for 1815. So to test his theory, Dr. Genge examined weather records following the 1883 eruption of another Indonesian volcano, Krakatoa. The data showed lower average temperatures and reduced rainfall almost immediately after the eruption began, and global rainfall was lower during the eruption than either period before or after. Ionosphere disturbances and rare clouds. He also found reports of ionosphere disturbance after the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, which could have been caused by charged ash in the ionosphere from the volcanic plume. In addition, a special cloud type appeared more frequently than usual following the Krakatoa eruption. Noctilucent clouds are rare and luminous and form in the ionosphere. Dr. Genge suggests these clouds therefore provide evidence for the electrostatic levitation of ash from large volcanic eruptions. Dr. Genge says, quote, Victor Hugo in the novel Les Miserables said of the Battle of Waterloo, quote, an unseasonably cloudy sky sufficed to bring about the collapse of a world, end quote. And now we are a step closer to understanding Tambora's part in the battle from half a world away, end quote. This study was funded by Science and Technology Facilities Council, electrostatic levitation of volcanic ash into the atmosphere and its abrupt effect on climate, by Matthew Genge, published in Geology, and this is from Science and Technology Faculties Council by Imperial College London, UK.